Man, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Kids trying to get consistent before the new year. Forget the New Year's resolutions and whatnot. We're starting now. Like I said in my last video, been on the short form content grind, but trying to get back to, making the videos and whatnot. And, let's just get straight into it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, do all that good YouTube stuff. And follow the kid on Instagram, TikTok, things of that nature as well. All right, now let's get into the video, which is just going to be showing you 5 white shoes to be particular. I don't know, just white shoes do it for me. It's just like they just can do no wrong. They kind of go with everything. They're kind of slightly more elegant than a black shoe too, in my opinion. And then it's just like you can wear with no care. They usually, with most white shoes, they look better the more you wear them. That slightly beat up look, which I will show you with some of the pairs that I have, which all the pairs that I have, they do look better with that more worn in look. Let's just get straight into it with the first pair, a pair of Adidas. These are the Adidas Stan Smith, and here these are in all their glory in the classic white and green colorway, as you can see. And yeah, just the perfect example of a shoe that just looks better when it's worn in a bit more. I'm not sure if the camera and the video is doing them justice, but these definitely do have have a few miles in them to say the least. I copped these recently and just been wearing them with no care because I know they just look better worn in, or were going to look better worn in. And yeah, this is the first shoe, Adidas Stan Smith. Nothing too crazy, but a really good shoe nonetheless. The next shoe is a pair of Vans, and funny about these Vans, they are kind of made pre-worn. Vans Vault slip-on Bianca Chadon, I think that's how you pronounce the name, but the slip-ons, and just one of my favorite Vans, period. Switching out the classic checker print for the stars was such a clean move, and this being the first Vans collab, first pair of Vans that has this worn-in look. Yeah, these are just great. I had the high top pair. I sold the high top pair, but I had to keep these. This white with the black stars. They kind of remind me of the Golden Goose or something, but just a super clean with the worn in. Just gives it like a Golden Goose. It kind of looks like a designer shoe, somewhat, with the worn in look with the stars and everything. But yeah, great shoe. Love wearing these. Literally wearing with anything. Vans Vault Bianca Chadon slip-ons with the stars. I've seen a couple people post about those and whatnot, and I'm just like, we've had these since they came out. Next pair is another pair of Adidas. I don't know, maybe the most classic pair of Adidas. And if you guessed the Adidas Superstar, then you are correct. The white pair of Adidas Superstar. This shoe just looks kind of better worn in my opinion. And this is low-key not a shoe I would think that would be like that. I low-key thought the shoe was kind of like an Air Force One where you need like a crispy pair every time, but the more I got to wearing them and I don't really clean my shoes like that, I was just like, hey, these are kind of looking a bit better worn in. Can't go wrong. Super clean, super classic silhouette. Another super classic Adidas silhouette. But yeah, let's get on to the next and the last pair of Vans. See what I did there? Adidas Vans, Adidas Vans. And we have a new pair, which I have my gripes about this shoe. These are the white pair of pearlized Vans, not OTW. Which, why were they not OTW like the original pearlized? They came out right after the Satoshis. I have no idea, but with them not being OTW, there are some slight differences. They don't have the pearls going across the back or the pearls and stuff on the tongue like the original pearlized OTWs, but I don't know. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, you know, the sole, I mean the logo on the back is even different. It just has the classic Vans logo, not the OTW. Again, why? I have no idea. You know, it's kind of the same with the souvenir Vans. Why are those just the classic, not the... I have no idea. I mean, you know, I don't know. These companies do what they do. But yeah, another pair of Vans that came kind of like worn in. But again, just the more wears. I haven't really got to wear these much, but the more I get to wear these, the better. I know they will look over time. But yeah, another white, good white shoe. Already has that kind of worn in look. Super clean. Vans pearlized in the white colorway. And you know, let's get on to the last shoe, which honestly might be my favorite. Definitely one of my favorite pickups of this year. I had to think for a second, like, did they get these this year, right? Yes, these did release this year. As you can see, Doc Martin and MM6 Mason Margiela collab. Man. And here are the 14, what do they call the 1460 twist. I literally wore the Oxblood black colorway today, but yeah, just now getting some good wears into these, and I just know the more and more wear these, and the more wear and tear they get, they're just gonna look better. You know, the little bit of wear that they do have now, give them that good look. You see the embossed Margiela logo right there on that good leather. This is the last pair MM6 Mason Margiela Doc Martin collab. One of my favorite shoes, one of my favorite pickups of this year. Yeah, and that is gonna end it for this video. Just showing, you know, some white shoes. Yeah, just trying to show more of my style, what I'm into. And yeah, just let me know if you're into white kicks, if you like to beat your white kicks up like I do, or if you're more on the, you know, your white shoes have to be crispy. Let me know down below. You know, like the video, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff, and I will see you on the next one. Deuces.